You got in the industry 2024. You don't have a big network here in Canada. So can you give me the story around that?
So came here in 2022, new to Canada, newcomer, an immigrant on student visa, had no contact, no one in mortgages or real estate, no support system at all. Became a work permit holder, got my permanent residency, and then I started my own business. So first 6 months of 2024 were actually like the formation building base of my business. I had literally no contact, so I had to like chase all my clients, all my leads, networked with them on social media, and then I also had a job on the side. I still have that job on the side. I still work in a telecom company wherein I network with all these people, do phone sales, and then get their contact information, their email addresses, their phone numbers, and then add them to my database. And that's how I actually grew my network from zero to like almost 1,000 people every day, contacting new people, getting their information, and then sending them emails once a week.
Okay. So let's pause on that for a second, because when someone gets in to become a mortgage broker, the first thing people say is go contact your circle, go contact your people. You literally had no circle because you're new to the country. So you went and got another job working for a telecom company in a mall, selling phone plans and phones. And from that, if I'm hearing you correctly, I already know the answers, but you built up your database that way. You'd give them a kick-ass customer service and you did all the things there and you build a rapport with them, but then you got their contact information from there. So then you followed up with them after the fact and you said, hey, I also do mortgages and blah, blah, blah. Could I help you here? So that was really how you built your network and your database.
Yes, that was exactly about it. So first 6 months, I was very blank. Like I had no experience about it. Then someone dropped in your podcast in our team call. And that night I couldn't sleep. I went back and watched all your videos, listened to all your podcast about how to up my social media game, how to get these contacts in my email marketing and then send them emails once a week. So first 6 months of my business, I actually didn't do even a single deal. I was almost about to quit this industry. Then actually your podcast came as a savior. I listened everything and then I executed whatever you mentioned in your podcast in my business, just like creating a spider web around myself wherever I meet any person, be it a coffee shop, at gym, at my other job, just get their phone numbers, email addresses, and contact information. That way they are in my database and I can stay in touch with them, follow up with them literally once a week, and then make new connections in realtors. And that's how I actually started getting leads.
So you had no network, no database, no social media, and then you stumbled upon this podcast, and then you just started doing the things that talked about on the podcast. And then 2025, can you give people, how many deals did you end up closing in 2025?
Yeah, I did 25 odd deals. I had like 15 million. I reached out to you in 2025 start that I want to join your team. I'm your biggest like fan, like self-proclaimed fan, and I always talk like great things about you, how you have changed my life even though I was not a part of your team. Just listening to your podcast gave me so much positive energy that I spent all my time and efforts executing them. So I always used to tell my wife, who's been my biggest supporter in this business, that one day I want to join Ryan's team. That would be the biggest dream come true. So I spoke to you. You told me a few things to do for the next 6 months. Like I wasn't doing my deals on my own. I had a mentor in my team who was underwriting my files, who was trying to help me underwrite the files, like, learn the back end of the stuff. You told me stop doing that. Like go and do your own deals. Know how lenders work, underwriters work, build that connection, build that relationship. I started doing that and I saw a massive impact, a massive increase on funding deals.
So you reached out to me. You were basically first 6 months of your career, no deal. Podcast, started doing things. You then reached out to me and you said, hey, I want to join your team. And I said, no, man, it's too early. Throughout our discussions, we were on a Zoom call like this. I said, go do these 3 things and just come back to me in 3 months, keep in touch. And also, you should go and start running your own files, not handing them off to someone because you really need to learn and cut your teeth. Eventually, you can hand them off again to someone. So you did that. You started to do your files, and then you started to do all the things that we talked about on our call, just like this Zoom call. And then we checked in every 3 months. We jumped on a call, and throughout that time, you just doing this simple, basic things with no network, no database, no social media, you started to call every person you came in contact with, track their info, post on social regular. You closed $15 million in a 12-month period for 2025.
15 million. Yeah.
We can just drop the mic right there. We can just drop it and just be like, poof. And so just that alone, I want that to marinate with people listening that, like, what's your excuse is where I'm going. I'm going like, all we said was like, track the people, contact the people, do social every day, contact the people watching your social every day. Like, just do that and never stop, and you'll have whatever business you like. Okay. Love it. So that's what you did. We stayed in contact back and forth. There's also another little wrinkle in there that you had, which I learned after the fact. When did you start approaching mobile bank specialists, people who work for the bank? When did you start approaching them as referral partners?
That was mid of 2025. I would say after the first quarter, like in second quarter, wherein I noticed like a lot of deals which were not happening at bank, the mobile mortgage specialist was actually losing that client for life. So I started to make contacts with these people at the top 5 banks, wherein the deals which don't fit the bank due to higher extended ratios, you need to take them to an alternate lender, or like, it doesn't generally fit the bank, right? Or their rate shopping in general. So I started making contact with them that, hey, you know what? I can at least save the deal for you guys. I can save the client. You guys keep that client. You guys keep that relationship. I would do that deal for you and give you a part of my compensation.
Okay. How did you find the mobile bank specialists?
Just going into the branches, networking with people, taking them out for a coffee. Yeah.
You would say, hey, can I speak to a mobile bank specialist?
Yep.
They have their little cubicle or their little office. They come out and they go, hi, nice to meet you. You say, hey, you meet them there, you get a business card, you follow up, or are you coming in, sitting in their office? How does that play out?
So usually they are not sitting in one branch. They have like multiple branches in one community. So I used to reach out to them through LinkedIn, meet them for a coffee, or meet them probably somewhere outside closer to their branch, like the main branch. Then have that conversation with them one to one, get their contact information, add them to your database, and then follow up with them once a week. I think the main game is in follow up. Same thing with realtors. Like I had no connections with realtors. Like I got so many deals in 2025. Until date, I get deals through my realtors. It's just because of follow up. Staying top of the mind, always staying top of the mind. Call them once a week. Call them once in 2 weeks. Take them out for a lunch. Take them out for a coffee. Take them out for a dinner. Because these are the people actually helping you run your business. They are sending you the deals and they have built so much trust and commitment in you. So you need to make sure you fulfill the deal and reach the client to the finish line.
So you're a newer agent, you're 1 year in, you decided I'm going to contact bank specialists off of LinkedIn, get airtime with them, belly to belly, see the whites of their eyes. Your proposition was, hey, you lose clients because you just can't get the deal done in the box you're playing in. Why don't you introduce them to me? You can keep the banking relationship. You can sell them the credit cards and the loans and the lines of credit. I'll take the mortgage. I won't take it to a competitor. So you're protected there. I'll get the deal done and you get to keep the relationship and we all win. And to start this relationship out, I'll kick you back X amount percent, a referral fee in the meantime. Awesome. That's a great value proposition. And it obviously worked for you.